Everything you think you know about belief? Yeah, it's about to be completely shattered. Today, we're looking at hard, biological data proving your deepest convictions aren't just invisible thoughts floating around in your head. They are literal, biological superpowers. We're going to see exactly how your brain takes abstract hope and turns it into physical medicine. Picture two totally different scenarios. On one side, you've got a patient in a sterile clinical trial swallowing a fake sugar pill. On the other side, someone sitting in a dimly lit room, deep in spiritual prayer. Now, culturally, we treat these as total opposites, right? Science versus spirit. But here's the absolute mind-bending reality. If you put both of these people into an fMRI machine, their primitive brains light up the exact same neural networks in real time.
So what does this actually mean? It means swallowing a sugar pill and experiencing profound, deep faith are biochemically identical. You're not feeling better because of some magic molecule in that pill. You're feeling better because belief kicks off a measurable, physiological cascade. Your internal expectations literally alter your physical reality. Crazy, right?
Now, why should you care about this? Because we have over 50 years of massive, large-scale studies tracking belief against mental health. This isn't just a hunch or some woo-woo theory. We've got decades of hard data proving this internal mechanism acts as a literal, biological shield against the modern world.
And the data is incredibly clear. Active practitioners of a belief system have up to a 25% lower baseline for chronic anxiety.
But wait, it gets crazier. They also experience a massive 40% reduction in depressive symptoms. A 40% drop. This totally proves resilience isn't just all in your head. It's physical armor built right into your biology. Section 1. The universal placebo effect.
So, when you fiercely believe something is going to heal you, your brain steps up like a commander. Let's see how this builds. Step 1. It expects the healing. Step 2. Your prefrontal cortex barks a downward command. And Step 3. Your brain floods your body with an absolute waterfall of dopamine and its own homemade painkillers. In real time, your brain takes a pain pathway that's pulsating an angry red and cools it right down to a stable blue.
Now, if you think this is just the power of positive thinking, meet naloxone. It's a drug that completely blocks opioids. In clinical trials, when patients who are feeling placebo pain relief are secretly injected with naloxone, their pain instantly returns. Why? Because the placebo effect isn't imaginary. If a physical blocker stops the placebo effect, it means your body was literally manufacturing real painkillers based entirely on an expectation. The secret ingredient connecting a sterile medical trial to deep spiritual faith all comes down to one concept: meaningfulness. When your brain decides a situation is profoundly meaningful, it physically shifts gears. It literally flips your internal switch from survive mode to heal mode.
Section 2. Defanging the fear center.
Whenever you're in distress, there is a literal battle raging inside your head. On one side, you have the amygdala, which is your hyper-reactive panic button threat detector. On the other side, there's the DLPFC, the logical, cool-headed CEO of your brain. When you have strong, top-down belief, your DLPFC steps up and shuts down the panic. And the ultimate weapon your logical brain uses for this is called cognitive reappraisal. It essentially acts as a shield. It shoots a chemical chill-out memo directly to the amygdala, dimming its frantic pulsing into a steady, calm rhythm. By simply reinterpreting the meaning of a negative event, you literally short-circuit your own stress loops. This structural shielding of the limbic system is exactly why we saw those massive statistics earlier. That 40% lower depression rate, it happens because people with integrated belief systems have trained their brains to execute this emotional regulation over and over again. They've essentially forged an armored shield for their nervous system.
Section 3. Rewiring the immune system.
Okay, let's dive into this, because this is where science starts feeling like pure science fiction. Meet the PNOI axis. It is the biological pathway linking your brain directly to your immune system. Through this axis, your belief system uses chemicals to pick up a direct phone line and talk directly to your immune cells. We're talking about micro-scale physical changes here. When you experience a profound shift in belief, the burst of neurochemicals literally forces the receptors on your cell walls to flex and physically alter their shape. Your thoughts are literally commanding your cells to brace for impact. How wild is that? And the clinical reality of this top-down control is staggering. It rapidly crushes toxic cortisol spikes that damage your tissue. It stabilizes your heart rate variability. It directly supercharges your cellular immunity. This is exactly why deeply grounded, hopeful patients consistently heal faster in the real world.
So let's pull all this together. Your top-down expectation filters your reality. Your logical brain dampens your fear response, and the PNEI axis floods your body with dopamine while weaponizing your immune system. The word belief is really just our layman's term for this highly evolved, incredibly precise biological machine.
Section 4. Hacking your internal chemistry. Here's the incredible twist. You don't need to be in a medical trial or perfectly religious to use this superpower. You can hack your own biology right now in 3 steps. First, curate your environmental context. Clean your workspace, fix the lighting, remove negative triggers so your brain naturally expects health. Second, ritualize routines. Create tiny, repetitive micro-rituals right before a stressful event to force your nervous system into a state of calm. And third, deploy deliberate reappraisal. When a crisis hits, consciously reframe it as a structured puzzle to solve. This physically blocks the release of toxic stress hormones.
And this brilliantly illustrates our core takeaway, perfectly summarized by researcher Paul Coles and his team. When a situation is deemed profoundly meaningful, the brain shifts its internal homeostatic baseline to facilitate self-healing. Put into plain English, the pharmacy is already inside your head, just waiting for the right signal. Which leaves us with the ultimate question. If your internal expectations, the things you consciously choose to assign profound meaning to, can literally rewrite your cellular biology, what are you choosing to believe right now?